Okay, welcome to more War Thunder. I'm going to be showing another replay round, which probably most of the videos I'm going to do for War Thunder will probably be replays, but I'll do some like actual commentary reviews. But today I got a extremely good match with the M4A3E2 or the Sherman Jumbo, and this thing is an absolute beast. The reason why I died, you'll see later in the video with it, because the situation I got into, it was like, yeah, there's nothing you could really do about that. Originally in the video, I started out with the ARL 44, which honestly is a pretty good tank, but due to a teammate sitting directly behind me, as you will see later in the video, yeah, I died. So, yeah. So yeah, ARL 44 short story is pretty much just a French King Tiger that doesn't have APHE. So like yeah, you kind of get used to that if you like playing this. Then the Sherman Jumbo, which has a 75 with not only does it have the basic Sherman armor, but it's also got an additional 38.1 millimeter plate. Even though the .1 doesn't really make too much difference, but yeah. Then we got just very, very big armor right there. And of course this is the French Jumbo because I do not yet have the normal American Jumbo. I'm trying to get the American Jumbo, but yeah, that'll take a while. And pretty much in that round, I managed to nearly complete the Jumbo's modifications because I think I got like 5,000 RP, but I think by the end of the match I had 3,000 battle points stocked up, so yeah. 16, I think it was like 16 or 17 kills by the end of the match. And honestly, for a couple moments in the match, I thought I was going to be absolutely destroyed because some people decided to rush me while others I felt like would have just completely demolished me. Because if you don't know, the one weakness of this thing is that this little Commander's MG port, not Commander's, sorry, Hull machine gun port, which if you shoot right there, not only is your gunner on the side, but it's most likely going to take out the machine gunner, the driver, and the commander. And as you've probably guessed, that is pretty much the entire crew. So Mr. Loaderman, yeah, he kind of just gives up and you die. The 75 isn't a bad gun by any means. It's just not great in my opinion. Though I do love that it has APHE, but yeah, it's not my favorite to deal with tanks. I honestly prefer the German long 75, well the Panzer IV long 75 over the this one. Uh, but that's a completely different story. Forward 35 kilometers per hour forward, 4.6 backwards. The reverse gear, not that good. It's not great. It's not great. Um, then at the end of the match, after I died in the jumbo, I brought out this, which is a very, very long French 75 with quite a lot of pen, actually. It's pretty much just the French Firefly, which is the closest thing you could probably compare this to, since it doesn't use a different, well, it uses a pretty different turret design because there's this weird box at the back. Then there's, I kind of actually like this mantlet better than all the other Shermans because it's more angled and it's a good, yeah, that's a good, that's pretty thick if I do say so myself. Um, yeah, but you compare it to the Firefly because, well, it has pretty much the closest thing to a basic Sherman turret, and it's also got these little bumps out right there where the commander and the machine gunner are. Not command. I keep saying commander. Jeez. Driver and machine gunner. Okay, I've been yapping quite a bit. Uh, I'm gonna show you the round. Why am I tapping my desk? Jesus. As a for dramatic effect, I tap my desk. Um, I don't know. I'm crazy. Because okay. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the match. I really enjoyed this, and if it was at the right BR, I would have had a nuke. And after I get the in a bit, I'll probably get the Pershing for the French tech tree, and some people will probably be like, you should probably just get the AMX M4 instead. And yeah, I kind of get why, because of that sloped armor. But honestly, it doesn't matter to me. I'll play whatever tank I want, to be fair. Yeah. Hope you enjoy the match, and yeah, I'll wrap it up at the end of the episode once the match is finished. Okay, I'm going to decide that I'm gonna do a commentary on this battle. So I'm gonna try that out. So pretty much, yeah, this guy right here is gonna become the reason why I have my first death in this round, and you'll see why shortly. Then again, the Arrow 44 doesn't have the greatest reverse speed from what I've experienced. Is it not? Okay. Okay, player view. There we go. For some reason, sometimes when I do these replays, it automatically switches out of player view. Okay, so how do I show player markers? Okay. I'm gonna have it so it's not showing player markers, just so you have a, yeah, behind me is the same, yep, that guy. That guy would be my downfall because, yeah, he said, I'm gonna sit right behind you. But we will make an amazing comeback with the Jumbo in a second. Which honestly, I love for me, I feel like the Jumbo, the French Jumbo specifically, is good for this map because of its darker coloration. Because it kind of resembles what a destroyed vehicle looks like. And I feel like I think that actually kind of happened. Well, I don't think the person was fooled, but you'll see in a bit. Yeah, we absolutely tanked that shot. I'm pretty sure that's a T-34-57, is it not? Yep. I kind of figured it was in the match, though. Yeah, he tries to shoot my side. His barrel absolutely eats my round. Now, what kind of confused me... Oh, I tracked him. That's why he wasn't moving. Oh, so... Oh, it was that guy I got... Okay. When I played this match, I was kind of confused because... I'm like, did I get the barrel on that guy, or was it the 57 that was right in front of me? Then pretty much here is just me trying to figure out whether or not the Tiger H1 moved or not. And seemingly it did not, so went Coppola shot and it's gone. Yeah, then right about it. So pretty much what I did this entire round was do circles alternating from the 8-point going down that alley. Oh, and just about there I would have been like, hey, there's a VK there. Which I was very confused why I didn't die there, because, you know, a VK could pen a Jumbo pretty easily from the side. And probably one-shot it even easier. Yeah, poor SU-85 right there. Very poor and unfortunate. Though surprisingly, I did not have a lot of Tiger encounters in this match, which thank God, because I don't like having to deal with Tigers all that much. Okay. I'm also recording this after I already did the intro and the outro to this, so... Okay, so... Yep, T-34-85. Got absolutely whacked. Since I don't have any planes for the French tech tree, I wasn't going to bring in Cass. Which, honestly, I'm glad I didn't, because otherwise it wouldn't have this absolutely stomp of a round. I absolutely kind of demolished everything I saw in this round. To be fair, with a jumbo, what do you expect? Yep. I feel like I should have died there also. To be fair, there are a lot of moments that you feel you're just gonna get obliterated. Yeah, but that guy in the Yak 9K, as you can see down in the chat right here, he kind of appears at the... He kind of was like my main adversary near the 8 point, I'm pretty sure. Because if I'm not mistaken, he's the reason why I get absolutely demolished. Yeah. Well, I didn't stop, or the reason why I didn't shoot him while I was moving is because the jumbo's suspension while moving to stop and aim isn't that great, and it can go very wrong for you very fast. So, yep, then VK appears out of nowhere. Just playing a little turret toss with the man. Yikes. Yikers. Though there is a lot happening on this side of the map. Jeez, why tanks explode so violently in this game? I mean, to be fair, I get it. Well, I'm pretty sure that might be the corpse of the guy who caused my original death. Yep, and though what confuses me about this is that I feel like I should have penned that guy. And I aimed for his upper side for whatever reason. I don't even know. Honestly, I feel like I should have aimed lower. Poor Stug. Poor little Stug. Right there. Yikes. It's just gonna be me saying yikes. I feel bad for doing that. Which honestly I kinda do. Okay, is this where... No, I think I do like one more lap around this area, then I try and look down the road of the enemy spawn. But, yeah. Like, we were so close to losing this round. I was... It's hard to put it into words. Like, later in the round, we just get so close to losing, I'm like, you know what, even if we do lose the match... Oh yeah, he's probably gonna try and machine gun port, but that didn't work. He probably tried to switch to go for the barrel instead. Right, then that guy, which is a KV-1S, I believe. I'm not really sure what he was doing or why he stopped. Yeah, then I tried to move behind the trolley to hide my MG port. Then use the KV-1's biggest weakness, which is the fact that it does not have a transmission in that frontal box area of the tank. Which is honestly one of the KV's biggest weaknesses, is the fact that it doesn't have a transmission that just eats rounds in the front. But I do actually really love the KV-1 and the KV-85. I also tested out the IS-3, and honestly, even though it does have a lot of armor, yep, and yeah, not really much I could do there. Not much I could do. Oh, it was a different guy that was in that. But don't worry, I'll get that guy later. With this, as what you'll observe, this M4A4 SA50, sorry, that I'm playing is completely stock. Other than, actually no, I would be playing it completely stock. I don't even think I had parts for it. But yeah, pretty much I had to make a mad dash to the A point, which you'll see in a bit, but yeah, at that point I was kind of like, okay, something don't feel right here, and I just see the engine smoke of that ASU from behind the KV, and I'm like, that's not what death smoke looks like. Then the ASU tries to do something, I think. I think he tried to shoot, but obviously it didn't work. Wait. Oh, never mind. That was my message. I thought it said like the ASU somehow managed to shot on the Halifax. If you look in the bottom area here. But yeah, that SU-100Y is not going to be having a very fun time when I get onto the A point. So right here, I was kind of debating whether I should go for the middle and assume he's pushed up looking towards the spawn, or if he's hanging near the back, which it was neither, so yeah, there was that. I had that going for me. Sorry if I'm yapping a lot. I kind of want to make this round as, I don't want it to be a boring, actually let me get this off the screen. Let me get this junk off the screen. There, that's a much clearer view. But yeah, statistics so far, 15 kills. Absolutely crazy. At this point, I have enough for a nuke if it was the proper BR, so I'll probably just call this a nuke round video. Or say it was a nuke with quotations. And this thing has a very long reload, I found out, and I whiffed that shot. Which honestly, I thought that medium tank that was trying to roll up on the A point was gonna just steal my kill outright. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, if I just didn't whiff that shot, I probably would have gotten the kill on him. And there we go. That is 16 total kills with but a sliver of tickets left. Oh, there was an SPA behind me. I did not know that. Yeah, I probably would have been wait, that's a friendly one, right? Or that was a friendly? Yeah, that's a friendly Sherman. I'm like, was there seriously an enemy, like, Sherman or something that I missed? But yeah, overall, this round went super well, but then again, a round only goes well, like, this well every so... It doesn't happen all the time, but it can happen as long as you're playing somewhat smart. Which honestly, one thing I don't rely on in War Thunder a lot, what I find that I do best at is not using my ability of listening. To me, the ability to hear in War Thunder isn't too important, especially when you're used to sniping. Like sniping people from afar, so... Though while, yes, being able to hear your enemy is a very important skill, I would say, it's still just as important as being able to see them. I don't like utilizing that one a lot. I feel like I can do just about as good being able to hear even more than not at all. Crap, I forgot to have my AC on in the background, don't mind that. Sorry about that. I usually turn that off before episodes just so there's not that static noise, but it's summer here, it's hot outside, I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, I hope you understand that. But yeah, honestly, looks-wise, well, It's 50-50 for me. And honestly, I don't understand why they didn't do like a more angled mantlet for the Sherman to begin with, like seen on this one. Like, I feel like, because the Sherman has angled armor, you'd think like, oh, maybe the turret should have angled armor too. Nope. There are, actually, I can't think of any World War II tanks that actually do have an angled, like, mantlet. Oh, yep, and they are pretty much, yeah. How many teammates do they have left? They got one guy, and I think he's in a plane. Oh, no, they have two. Wait, they have two guys? Huh, it says they don't have any. Yep, the one final round to end the match, and yeah, a very, very good round, if you ask me. A very, very good one. Man, the Sherman Jumbo is good. Okay, back. Okay, so concluding the episode, yeah, you could say the Jumbo is pretty good. One thing you want to be careful with on the Jumbo is not over-angling it, because even though you have pretty decent armor on the front and on the sides when you're angled, but your armor down here is still pretty thin, and it can be penned by pretty much anything. Maybe, does the Soviet 57 pen that? That's rank 3, right? And that's a 57 if I've ever seen one. Which one? Okay. Okay, at some angles. Okay, maybe, oh, maybe this doesn't. Oh, right, there's also a weird thing with the Jumbo you want to keep in mind. For some reason, if you shoot just right there, oh, let me try a different tank. Let's just go basic or not game, or just send me to the top of the thing every time. That's cool. For some reason, if you shoot right there, okay, yeah, but as you can see that if you shoot right there, even though that this is very thick, if you shoot like pretty much anywhere on these weird side skirts, it has a chance of like completely nuking your crew. And of course, if you get hit in the commander MG, well, for reference, the Tiger, not good. Not good at all. But most people who play the Jumbo probably just cover that spot up with bushes or whatever, but I don't want to do that because A, I don't want bushes. I would never put a single bush on my tanks because A, they look ugly, and B, it just it no. I'm not that type of gremlin in War Thunder. I don't do that. I don't do that. Jesus, it does that weird thing. Wait, is there a new, oh right. What's that? Oh, Netherlands. Never mind. Pretty sure that's the Netherlands. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that is, so I did, yeah, I mean, to be fair, the last thing I expected to encounter with a Sherman Jumbo was an SU-100Y, which I feel like is fair enough. Then with the ARL-44, I think it was a Sherman, an Italian Sherman Composito, or whatever it's called. I don't speak Italian, so I wouldn't know. Let's spend 10 years looking for that. Okay. Yeah, Composito. Uh-huh. Or Caro Armato Medio Sherman Tipo 1 Composito. Anyway. Actually, wait. Yeah, this one's pretty much the same. Wait, no, the other one would be. Wait, let's hold on. just let me take a look at this. Oh, never mind. They're both the A1. Oh, it's the VC that's what, yeah, the Sherman I played on the French Sherman is kind of, this one's more comparable to the Firefly, I feel. And the French one is kind of. I feel like the French version is better in some sense, but the one thing I absolutely despise about this thing is, as well, to be fair, I'm playing it from stock, but the rate at which it turns and moves and accelerates, not that great. To be fair, actually, compared to the Jumbo, how much? 500 horsepower versus 354. Actually, 354 compared to. Not that. Oh, wait, that's where it was. 425 in the Firefly. Why is that? I don't even know anymore. But yeah, pretty much I wouldn't recommend this version of the Sherman, honestly. Even though I have been praising it quite well, it does seem pretty good to me, but I would still much prefer the Firefly over this. Main Not to mention they added a new version of the Firefly, which I can the Firefly Overlord. Ooh, then there's the new Sherman on the American one with the sandbags. But let me look at this one. Does this version of the Firefly have sandbags? No, I don't think it does. No. Show external armor. Right, there's more track armor on the front for this one, and yeah, I feel like this one would be pretty cool though. That'd actually be a pretty good one. Crusader. Oh, it's that version of the Crusader. Regardless, comparing the Sherman Firefly with the M4A4 SA50, I would just recommend using the Firefly instead, or going with the British Tech Tree to get the Firefly because it just feels so much nicer to use. Though this thing actually does have quite a bit of gun depression, while the Firefly doesn't, and I can see why many people would not like that. As you can see, 4.5 with gun depression versus this thing's negative 10 degrees, or the 10 degrees of depression. But yeah, but armor layout wise, the only thing that really changes is the turret armor on the mantlet. That's really the only thing that changes, like, pretty significantly, I'd say. But yeah, from the side, pretty much the same as any other Sherman. From the rear, yeah, literally the same. But yeah, that was yeah, that's the Shumbo, the French jump, the Frumbo. We're not calling it that. Don't clip that. Um, but yeah, that was the French Jumbo, or the Frumbo. Uh, that's a new curse term I'm making up for it. And hope you enjoyed this War Thunder Wednesday. And yeah, I'll be well, technically I'm recording this before Wednesday, just so I can get it out. But uh, so yeah, hope you enjoyed this one. I certainly enjoyed this one thoroughly. I really did. I will eventually get a nuke, but the constraint I want to have with getting the nuke is that I'm not counting it as a nuke unless I get it with Germany. And to me, that's the ultimate challenge because the stereotype of German teams. And the thing is with German teams, like, German teams aren't like well, they're kind of consistently bad and memed on for being bad, but you can, but then you, like, get a match with, like, literally any other countries the team does bad. It's like, oh, these stupid Soviet players, or these dumb these dumb Great Britain players. And it's like, huh, where have I heard that one before? Uh, but anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. Though I will say, playing with Germany just it gets aggravating after a while. You kind of just gotta let it go. It's not that deep. Just don't let it get to you. Anyway,